Pope Francis, also known as Jorge Mario Bergoglio, was the first pope to hail from Latin America, and was also the first Jesuit pope. Born on December 17, 1936 in Buenos Aires, Pope Francis was one of the 5 children of Mario Bergoglio and Regina Savovi, who were Italian immigrants. After graduating as a chemical technician, the late pope took on the religious path, as he entered the diocesan seminary of Villa Devoto. From 1958 to 1970, he dedicated his life in completing his studies to become a priest. He entered the novitiate of the Society of Jesus, and was then ordained a priest by Archbishop Ramon José Castellano on December 13, 1969. 4 years later, he was appointed provincial of the Argentinian Jesuit order, where he served for 6 years. In 1992, Pope John Paul II appointed him to their Bishop of Alca and Auxiliary Bishop of Buenos Aires, following the request of Buenos Aires Archbishop Cardinal Antonio Quavecino, who wanted him as a close collaborator. In 2001, he was elevated by the same Pope to the College of Cardinals. During that time, then Cardinal Bergoglio asked the faithful who wished to go to Rome to attend his consistory to donate to the poor what they would have spent on that journey. Though he was getting popular in Latin America, the late Pope continued his ascetic way of living. Because of this, he declined being appointed as the president of the Argentine Bishops' Conference in 2002. However, in 2005 he was elected and served 2 3-year terms. In his time as Archbishop of Buenos Aires, he birthed a missionary project that is rooted on communion and evangelization with 4 main goals: open and brotherly communities, an informed laity playing a lead role, evangelization efforts addressed to every inhabitant of the city, and assistance to the poor and sick. To achieve this, he encouraged priests and lay people to collaborate and work together. He also headed a solidarity campaign for the Argentine bicentenary independence, which aimed to produce 200 charitable agencies by 2016. Before the beginning of the last sede vacante, the late Pope was a member of the Congregation for Divine Worship and the Discipline of the Sacraments, Congregation for the Clergy, the Congregation for Institutes of Consecrated Life and Societies of Apostolic Life, the Pontifical Council for the Family, and the Pontifical Commission for Latin America. On March 13, 2013, Jorge Mario Bergoglio was elected as Supreme Pontiff of the Roman Catholic Church.
Habemus Papa.
Taking for his namesake Saint Francis of Assisi, he took on the name Francis. His first act as Pope, after appearing on the balcony of St. Peter's, was to ask the faithful for prayers, as he bowed in humility. Throughout his papacy, the late Pope advocated a church for the poor, which is merciful and inclusive. He also urged the faithful to take care of the marginalized sectors in society, and issued stark warnings to multiple societal issues, including the throwaway culture, which does not care for the marginalized. He also sought to better adjust the Church to the changing modern world. He offered a softer approach to the LGBTQ+ community, insisted on a synodal way of deciding the future path of the Church, and forged strong relationships with leaders from different religious denominations. He was also the first pope to give a speech to the United States Congress and address the selling of deadly weapons, which oftentimes could be drenched in innocent blood. People all over the world know him as the Pope who stood firm as he walked in a deserted St. Peter's Square during the height of the COVID-19 pandemic, as he invoked God's mercy on the entire world. He also actively engaged in peacemaking, as he continuously called for a stop to all global conflicts, including the war between Ukraine and Russia, and the ongoing Israel and Palestinian war. Throughout his 12 years of service in the papacy, Pope Francis has moved and touched hearts far beyond the confines of the Catholic Church. As we remember his life, let us reflect on the example he has set for us and continue his legacy to make the Church more relevant in an ever-changing world.